Sorry for the audio part in the beginning. I wanted to talk about this Johnny Wilson thing. You know how he had this concussion? I believe the video was found on how he got the concussion. So there's a video floating around of Jabril Peppers running over an Eagles player, like badly. When you slow it down, I believe that's Johnny Wilson. Johnny Wilson got his head knocked off by Jabril Peppers. And shout out to Josh Davis. I think he the one that discovered this because I seen it on his page. And what do this mean for wide receiver 3? Absolutely nothing. I believe that it was always Covey's spot or Paris Campbell's spot. But I do want a full recovery for Johnny Wilson. He took a lick. Like, that was a welcome to the NFL type hit, man. He got a welcome to the NFL hit. And man, oh man, I hope he recover, man. Johnny Wilson, man, hang in there. You'll get better. You'll be better. And hope to see you week 1. This is Eagle Owl, and today I will be talking about Trevor Keegan, showing a lot on film, and we're going to let Baldy break it down. Also, we got to talk about Patrick Johnson playing at a high level, and of course, Ojomo, but let's get straight into it. All right, so I wanted to make this video about the guys that had a good game. I couldn't really go into depth about it because I just wanted to get my overall general of what happened, and I wanted to talk about, the bigger names. But before I get into the topics, I got to talk about Nakobe Dean being the highest graded player on the Philadelphia Eagles. Again, not just linebacker, the highest graded player. So shout out to Nakobe Dean, man. He is balling out of his mind. And there's a guy we got to give a lot of credit to. Yeah, let me play this clip.
Have there been certain things that you've really kind of focused on most?
A little bit of everything. Hand placement. I know BK, Bobby King, was the linebacker coach. He tried to get us use different techniques and his techniques, and we just trying to see what works best with block destruction or rushing the passer or just fitting the run, tackles, and everything. So
we've seen you guys kind of mix and match the combination.
Bobby King is really developing these linebackers. Like, I even see Sumarin playing better, Zach Bond playing at a high level. I like what Bobby King is doing. I really do. And I think he's the unsung hero, especially if Nakobe Dean play at a high level. I believe Bobby King deserves a lot of credit if he get Nakobe Dean at that level. But while we're talking about PFF grades, we might as well talk about Patrick Johnson. He was number 2 on the list on the Philadelphia Eagles. And Patrick Johnson, to me, he's easing the pain just a little bit far as what I've been seeing from the edge rushers, because he's been playing at a high level all game. If he's in first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter, doesn't matter. He's just been playing at a high level. And I personally like that. We know this is a guy that's been on our roster for years. And I think it's his time now. And it's coming at the best time because this is the time we got the most questions about edge rusher. It's been a long time since we had questions about edge rushers with the Philadelphia Eagles. Because Bryce Huff, we really don't know. He's showing flashes, but when you hear stuff like he's not really ready yet and this and that, but he's getting paid all this money, doesn't make sense. You guys heard my perspective about Nolan Smith. I don't think he's ready. I think he'll be ready in another year. I won't be surprised if it's another like 4 years it takes for him to develop, I will say. So it's good to hear Patrick Johnson is stepping up, and I think he's going to have a bigger role on this team. Now, because he's doing it in preseason and training camp, doesn't necessarily mean it's going to translate to the regular season. But so far, he is showing flashes that it can possibly transfer over to the regular season. And that's all we got to go off of. So I want to see him play a little more in the regular season, see what he got. But also, he got to stay healthy. I'm not forgetting, Patrick Johnson do get nicked up. So he never really got a chance to show who he was in the past because of that. But if he can stay healthy, he'll be just fine. I believe he'll be just fine. But let's talk about a rook, man. that a lot of people actually had high on their radar. And this is a guy that was supposed to go on to like third, possibly late second round, but we got him fifth. And that was Trevor Keegan, man. Trevor Keegan played every single snap. Every single snap. And I think the Eagles did that purposely to see how he is during like a full game. Because if you think about it, let's be honest about Landon Dickerson. He will miss a game or two, maybe even four. But we got to see how Trevor Keegan can do. And he was ready. He was ready for sure. I think he played at a high level. Keegan is showing himself to be a steal. But let's hear Baldy break it down.
Trevor Keegan, number 79, is a Michigan man. Like, you watch this combo block here, this is what you want. Him and Fred Johnson working on the defensive end up to the linebacker. This is a good boom. Right there. Now you get up here, and now just put him on his backside. That looks good. That was early in the game. He played every snap last night. Here he is working with Dylan McMahon right here at center. Same thing. Combo up to the next level. You watch him in space, okay? You watch him in space. They didn't have to do a lot of this at Michigan. All right? But here he is, picking off the linebacker right here and letting Shipley go to work. And then you watch him finish here at the end. That's what Michigan men do. They finish. Like, that's what they're taught. And that's what he did. So let's watch him right here. Now, Keon White is a good pass rusher. He's got power. All right? Now, get the back the hell out of the way. But he doesn't do a bad job of just staying between his man and the quarterback. Now, the Eagles took way too many sacks last night. But I didn't see Keegan give up a sack. Like, here he is. Watch him just gain real estate in the run game. Step by step against Armand Watts. Watch him. Like, just a little bit at a time. 6 inches, a foot at a time. Get him the hell out of the way and then putting him down. I thought Trevor Keegan played really well last night. And played every snap, too.
I'm telling you, man, this Keegan guy, I'm telling you, he is really good. He is really good, man. And again, people like, why did he fall that far? I think he had like a shoulder some injury. I could be wrong. Fact check me. Like, nah, wow, it wasn't this, it wasn't that. But he fell because of a certain injury. Remember, even when you looked at that Giants, they put out that billboard and they was like, their concern with him was injury. But so far, man, he might really be a steal. Like, I'm to the point where, man, that right guard competition should have still been open. Keegan name should have been there, but I think he made, his best reps at left guard. I don't see how he could ever beat out Landon Dickerson. So our best bet, to be honest, if he's the replacement if Becton leave, and we hoping Steen become that right tackle for Lane Johnson if he leave. If I'm envisioning the future how it should be. So Keegan is not a backup, y'all. He is not a backup. And that's a good thing. We got a good problem. He's not a backup in this league. He should be starting for a team right now. It's just that he plays for the Philadelphia Eagles. And man, he's a gem we got in our back pocket for sure. For sure, for sure. So shout out to Keegan, man. Another gem that's coming up, Maro Ojomo. Maro Ojomo. There's this clip floating around. I'm gonna play it. It's like 5 seconds. I'm gonna let it loop a little bit. But he just destroying the center and guard, man. It forced the running back. I think that was to the right side. And then Huff and Bradbury got him. But that play started with Maro Ojomo. That running back did not have a hole there because Maro Ojomo, this is first quarter stuff. He's been a force. He's definitely been a force. And that's why I'm saying Marlon T job is, up in limbo because Maro Ojomo is ready now. He's ready now. He was low-key ready last year. It's just that, he got banged up, I think, in the preseason. And, he just never got his footing right. And then, of course, you got Fletcher Cox and stuff there. But Maro Ojomo was showing flashes his rookie year. And he looked like, he's ready now. He's definitely ready now. And it does make me a little bit more comfortable because we know what's going on with Milton Williams. I don't want Milton Williams to go anywhere, personally. But if he decide, like, I want to go get my bag, play somewhere else, or the Eagles just decide not to re-sign Milton Williams, I would be okay with Maro Ojomo because I think he's only going to get better year 3. In year 3, he might go off. So I like what I'm seeing from Ojomo. He is playing tremendously good. He looked tremendously good. I'm not even sure if I'm using that word right, but he looked phenomenal. Phenomenal. So I think that's all I got for you guys today. I could talk about Quinyon Mitchell just a little bit. Quinyon's been, you know, playing at a high level. I think I want to make a separate video about that. But his name was quiet, but it was for a good reason. I think there's a stat floating around like he had 29 coverage snaps and like allowed like one catch for like 8 yards. Like Quinyon's been playing at a high level. The quarterbacks don't want to even throw it his way because he's been playing so much at a high level. And I am impressed. I am impressed by Quinyon Mitchell and the things he's been doing. But again, I want to make a separate video about that. I don't want to go into deep about that. But hey man, what do you think? How do you feel about the news today? A short one. Just wanted to talk about guys that stood out, but their name wasn't N'Kobe Dean or Bryce Huff, or I didn't want to keep talking about Nolan Smith. I want to talk about some guys that are dead pieces, guys that can come in and really contribute, like the Patrick Johnsons, like the Moro Jamos, and like the Trevor Keegans. But hey, man, this is Eagle Al, man. I'm up.